education. How much time do...
We'd like the two of you to share 10 minutes, please.
Share 10 minutes, all right. I'll do the best I can, Mayor.
It's all right.
Well, good evening. My name is Michael Morgan. I'm the Secretary of the Department of Administration, and you might wonder why I'm here tonight. There are a couple of reasons I'm here. Number one, I had the department that helped the governor and the legislature to put together a state budget. So we talk a lot about education issues in the context of making investments in education on a local level. And I'm proud to say that in the state of Wisconsin, we make transfers of about 62% of the educational budgets of our local school districts. We used to be at about 2/3, we're a little bit less than that right now. So we make investments of about $5 billion to local units of government each year. So from a public policy perspective, it makes sense for us to be here, and I think this discussion, quite frankly, is long overdue. The MPS challenge that we've had has been a challenge that's been in place for a very long time, quite frankly. Our state Department of Instruction superintendent indicated that over the last 5 years, MPS has been a district in need of improvement. So clearly, this is a district that needs to do better in its education of its children. So from a state's perspective, if we don't do better by MPS, we know that we're going to have some real challenges to the future in this state. Not the least of which is our ability to compete in a worldwide economy. If you don't have a well-educated, well-trained workforce, you're not going to compete in the worldwide economy, and we're going to be handicapped here in the state of Wisconsin. And I could cite you some statistics, which I will, to show that the largest school system in this state simply is not performing very well. But let me first indicate the second reason I'm here. I lived here in the city of Milwaukee for almost 20 years. 2 of my daughters were educated up until high school in the MPS system, and I'm proud to say that they received a good education. They both attended the Spanish immersion school. They both learned Spanish fluently that enabled them to travel in Latin American countries and in Spain. So I'm very proud of the education that my kids received when they were in MPS. My grandchildren are in MPS. Our youngest grandchild, Robert Michael, he's named after me. Proud of that. Robert Michael just entered K4. He's going to the Spanish immersion school, along with his older sister, who's in 2nd grade. My wife was a teacher in MPS, and my daughter is a teacher in MPS currently. She teaches Spanish at Morris Middle School. So when I think about MPS, it's just not a public policy discussion that I have in my home and in the Capitol. It's a very real discussion, a very personal discussion. I think that every child has a fundamental right to an education, including those kids that go to MPS. And quite frankly, over the last several years, we have not done a very good, over the last couple of decades, we have not done a very good job in educating our children in that system. And the statistics, although we can debate about, if it's 70% or 60%, but the statistics are there. The fact of the matter is 70% of our 10th graders aren't proficient in math at MPS. 60% of them, the 10th graders, aren't proficient in reading. 4 out of 5 of MPS graduates, when they go on to UWM, guess what? They have to take remedial courses. We do have the widest racial disparity gap in the state of Wisconsin. It's driven by MPS, but there are some other factors. We will admit to that. The fact of the matter is we have a school system that's not performing very well. Let me point out some of the things that Governor Jim Doyle has done over the last several years to make investments specifically in an attempt to help improve outcomes in MPS. I was talking the other day about SAGE. SAGE is a program that's intended to make for smaller class sizes in classrooms in urban school districts and rural school districts, or whatever school district they might want to take on the program. Well, we increased that funding over the last several budgets. Millions of those dollars came here to MPS. We also set aside dollars to expand early childhood education, expanding K4 and K5. Why do we do that? Because all educational experts tell us that early childhood education is important. I've just been given a 5-minute signal, so I want to make sure I give the mayor could go through a litany of investments that we've made in MPS. My concern is that unless we see fundamental change at the top, we can continue to invest dollars. I have no qualms with President Bonds and the things that he's trying to put in place to reform MPS. But the fact of the matter is that it's not a very stable system, the system that we have now. We've had 7 school board presidents over the last 10 years, and almost all of them have said the same thing. We have initiatives in place that we will drive to improve MPS. Well, guess what? MPS has not improved. We need to do something radical. We believe that this approach that we're going to talk about tonight in terms of the mayor appointing the superintendent, appointing the school board, is a step in the right direction, putting together the right kind of plan, to drive that plan, to get the stability to the system, to get what we need in terms of outcomes. Our kids have a fundamental right to an education. Thank you.